All right, what's up, everybody? Gonna do a little. Ooh, nothing. Okay, good. We're gonna do a little improvement stream. I was like, I'm gonna do an hour of chess tonight. I might as well do it with my friends. I'm gonna start with Puzzle Rush Survival. We'll do some Puzzle.net. We'll probably do some Chess Tempo. Might even do one of my go to a random positions in a game. Maybe a calculation. I'm not 100% sure where this is going. But we'll find out as we go. Brosinger, what's up? Subhajit Paul, how are you doing? Welcome tonight. I hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. All right. Well, this looks like a pretty easy back row mate, right? We just boom, boom, boom. Another easy back row mate. I can spend too much time on these back row mates. It just feels like it's all back row mates at the beginning these days. This one's a little more complicated. We do get a free piece with the check. Only can move here or here, and it's enough just to get the piece. Another back row mate. So many back row mates. This is not back row. My guess is this works, and I'm pretty sure it does, but let's not get in bad habits. So if we go here, is there any way to prevent this mate? There is not. The only check that would give us pause would be this, and we would just take, so we can take here and confidently know we're going to win. This is mate. We got a rook roller. I'm assuming this is going to be mate. Checking. Yeah, it's queen in the face mate. Assuming that's mate. It is. Another queen in the face mate. And we've got our beloved chess.com back row mate. The two mover back row mate. Got to see that at least once a puzzle rush. That's a rule. That's a chess.com rule. Okay, if we go here, what I'm worried about is this. And then no matter what we do, they take, and all we have is a knight. So we need something a bit more clever than that. We can't exactly stop him from going there. That is about to fall. This is a very... no, that works like this. Takes, threatens here, check, moves, then make the queen. So this is pretty complicated for move 10. Number 10. Well, we got there. Here looks like mate. Yep, so there's the rook is covering the escape square. If this was a queen, that would work. It's not a queen. Still this is mate, unless they can move something, which they can't. They can't cover the square. They can't check, so this is mate. I believe this is just mate. Yeah, the queen's covering all the other escape squares. What do I want to do? I'm looking at that. Moves there. All right, that looks like it works. Okay. Yeah, so I made a mistake there. This still works. I win a piece, but I thought I was getting mate, so... I'm a little disappointed with myself. This is mate. We got this check here. I don't know that that's good enough. Here, check. Has to come out, but then what? I guess here with the check, and then the king can't move up because of the king. So this does actually work. I had given up on it, but I came back to it, and it works. Those are both mating squares. Can't do anything with that, but we can go here, and there's no way to stop this mate. They can stop it a couple times, but we still get the mate. Black to move. Is that mate? Only... Oh, that is... Actually, they can't go here even. So that is mate. I thought that was going to be a mate in 2, not a mate in 1. Okay. Is that mate? It certainly looks like it. It is. Check. Only move. Can't go here. It's covered. So how does that work? Here. We don't have another piece. I guess we go here and then there. That queen is just not helping. Okay. check, queen there. Does that work? Check, there, there. Yeah, looks like that works pretty well. Boom. Sure. Boom. 21 and my brain is cooking. Here is just mate. If we go here, which is what my instinct says, there's a couple escape squares. There's not a decent follow-up check. So I think probably the answer is going to be here. Then if here, that is mate. Here, if there, this is actually mate. Okay. So the knight with the help. I think we go here to box him in. Only move. But if we go here, then he comes there. Then we go here. Then he has nowhere. But can block like that. So now we have to really look at this. So king moves over, it's check. King has to go to h2 or gets immediately mated. H1 that is. It's to h1. Then if we check immediately, only move is king h2. Maybe from there we do bishop g1 check. The only move then is to go back to h1. We then move the bishop to where? I guess we can go to g3 then, and they can't take now because it's the discovery. Yes, I think this works like this. Check. Check. Okay. We don't even need to get farther than that. What's up, Daniel? Ooh, the opera mate that was, huh? I don't remember which one the opera mate is. I've gotten so bad at remembering what the different names are. I feel like it's a really missed opportunity. Here. Could go there, but that's going to be terrible. So there. Here or here. I was thinking here, but that won't work if it goes there. So how does that work? Check. King to d6. Then maybe we go queen e5, and then if they go back, then we come back for the mate. So go here. Ooh, I want to see what the answer was there. Interesting. So the answer was... Wait, why did it... What? This is just mate on the spot. What? What the heck? Opera's mate is the one that ends with the opera Morphy game, rook plus bishop, basically. Yeah, I know it's the Morphy game. I just can't remember the exact setup of how the rook and bishop are working. But this seems pretty easy. Here, here, check, here. That was a really embarrassing miss last time. Like, I can't believe I missed that one. Ooh, I didn't actually catch that this won't be mate. Oh, it will. Okay. I should have seen that ahead of time, though. That pin. All right. What do we got here? I think this is that. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a very specific pattern. Takes, takes, bishop here. Everything's cut off. What is that one? Has like the boulder mate or something? Again, not remembering well. Here, here seems maybe good. The problem with that is check could go there, by the way, and then it really doesn't work. But even if we could, then they could just take there. So I think better probably... Oh, okay, so maybe that is what it is. It's here, here, takes, here, then there. So we're not losing as much material. I think that's the answer. And then now, that. Okay. This is being backed up twice and attacked twice. Do we get a third attacker on it? I think we go takes, 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 up a piece, comes back, wins the piece back and more. Oh, they could do that first, but we still have the same idea. I did miss that. They could rearrange it. Queen here, king back. What? It's unclear. What about moving up? I don't think that's going to be right. I could go here. Then he moves back. And then what? Again, that seems unclear also. Ah, okay, I see it. What I had missed was this rook is under attack. So after we go here, forced back, take with check. Okay, get even more material. Okay. What about takes? Nope. takes, or here. And then here. I don't know. I want to go here, but that doesn't work, right? Because the knight is going to take me. So it feels like I need to go here to remove the defender. But we have to calculate both ways. So takes with the bishop. Check on h5. The king goes to e6. Maybe rook e8, then rook e7. Maybe I have king g6. I can't see it as clearly as I would like. I think this, like, it basically has to be the answer. Like, if I was in a game, I would feel like I had to do that. We're up a full rook now, so I could just take if I want. I could also go here. If here, this is the only thing. I think we just take here. I don't see what you think we had a mate there. Okay. Does this win? Here, takes, there, wins. The discovered check. But do they have to take there? And what happens if they don't? So if they move, say, here, then what? Is this winning? Takes, here, here. Yeah, I think that's going to be too much to deal with. Yep, so he just takes, boom, boom. Okay, check there with the queen or with the bishop is the question. If I go with the queen, and he goes there, then what? Check on h7. Only move is king e8. I can play bishop g6. And that looks like mate to me. Unless I'm missing something here. Here, takes, there. Okay, nice. That looks like mate. Seems shocking that there would be such an easy mate that late in the process, but okay. I guess I'll take it. Could go here. Forces him to the back row. Goes there, it's mate. Goes here, and then mate. So yeah, this seems like it's going to work quite well. Right. Here. Can't take that pawn. So here. Huh. If I go... Yeah, I can't do any of the things I want. If I go here, can't white just defend that pawn? Another option is to go here, which obviously I don't want to do. Wow. It seems very clear that rook g6 is the right first move. I'm really struggling to figure out where to go. I think it's queen h3, and then I'm double attacking a bunch of stuff. I'm threatening mate. I'm threatening this guy. I'm threatening this guy. So that should work. Comes down here, checks, gives up the queen and loses. Rook g6, king h1, king h3 threatens both queen f3 and queen f1. Yeah, exactly. Okay. What do we got cooking here? We could just win this pawn. If he takes back and we take, it's even. They're even threatening this. I go here, goes here. It doesn't seem that compelling to me. Can we trap this knight somehow? Doesn't look like it. The knight can just go back to a6. Is it a great square? No. Could go queen f6 and then be threatening rook d6. The rook is all by itself, but I don't see a good double attack. I just don't think that winning this pawn is enough. Especially giving up the pawn on b3. I feel like I'm missing something. I see what I'm missing. We have a showdown from my chessable course. These two pieces are looking at each other, so we can take here. If here, then the queen falls. Can't believe I almost missed the showdown from my own course. Don't worry, we got there in the end. This would be mate, but it's being guarded twice. But this, because of this pin, is going to be the answer. So here, here, here. Okay. This is an interesting one. A lot of scary stuff happening for white. We need to find a way to get them on the same diagonal so I can win. Like if I could lure the king to here and go here, then I would win. So if I went here, where all can this king even go? Just there. Then I could go here. Can continue to stay on the light squares though. Ooh, but wait, I think I might have seen something there. Here, here, here. If it goes this way, then here. If here, here, but then it's going to be a trade. The king will pick this up, but I don't think we have enough to win. So how are we getting him to go where we want? Okay, I think I see. We go here, then the king goes here, but then we can't get on the diagonal. I can't quite find it. We're just going to have to chase the king and see what we can do. Here. There. Here. You can go there, or even there. Here. That's the answer. I can force him there. Force the trade, and we're on the pawn, and we get there. Alright, yep. Daniel found it. I couldn't quite calculate all of that. Not to me as worrying. I feel like I should be able to. This is a very cool move. We can see this is checkmate, but this guy's in the way. But we can go even here, be hitting this bishop, be hitting the queen, and then hitting the knight through the queen if the queen moves. But there is a worry. They could take like this, hitting our queen. If they hit our queen there, and we ignored it and took, and they would take with check, and then we would take, and we'd be up a piece. I think that's what we're doing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we don't get the mate that I originally thought we were going for, but we do get a piece. Wait to move. And go take. If moves, take, and we're up enough. But we are in check. I guess we're taking. Okay. Another thing I can take. I don't think I planned this very well. Because this is coming next. Otherwise, they'll say we could move the king first. And again, we can't really back up with a pawn. How the heck do we get out of this one? That's how. We go to here. And when they push, we go there to back them up. We go there, that's fine. We go here. Okay. That was a little bit tough. This is the Arabian mate. So can we do an Arabian mate uninterrupted? So here, king can't move. Can't stop the rook from getting to this square. Can't have enough checks that compromise. So it looks like this works. Okay. Check there, there, and we got there. Rook b3 solves it. Yeah, it took me a minute. Definitely took me a minute to find that one. Okay. We're even. So I'm looking at here. King moves here or here. Then we check. Then the king has to continue sliding over. Oh, can't go either. It's just here. Check. Just here. Check. Moves over. And at a minimum, we win that piece. So that's certainly good. Okay. Check here. We need to be able to stop him from coming out that way. So check here. 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 There. And here. And that's mate. Is that correct? Need to do it without the arrows. Boom. 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 I don't think it quite works. I think he gets away on this square. So check. Could also just go there. What about this way? Gets out that way. Goes here and is mated. So that's what it is. Okay. Or it goes there and gets mated. This is really nice geometry. Bishop b5. If king s7, bishop e8. Yeah, I had to come out bishop b5. Yep, that is correct. We're out to 43. I'm doing pretty well today. I had that one inexplicable miss. Felt like I was playing a real game there. That check leads to straight up winning a piece. But we are down a piece. So all we will do is even up the game with that. Check there. Takes. You can get out. I don't know. Seems good to me. Ooh, wow, I guess calculation is the right way to go. Okay. Is it here? Maybe it's here, actually. They can still go there. Ah, but then rook goes there. Yeah. Wow. So calculation was a good idea. Gut instinct doesn't always get you there, unfortunately. Not always. A lot of time. All right. Rook takes. Goes to d7. And then it becomes very unclear. Looks like the queen is covering enough. Then we go with the queen. And king goes to d7. Then we can go rook f7. Then probably best idea is king c6. And that's a bit unclear what we do from there. Feels like rook takes is right. Just doesn't quite work. Rook takes there. Yeah, maybe this is the answer. Rook takes here. Rook check. Here. Maybe that doesn't work. I guess it's queen takes. I don't think it is. But okay, it is. I think I see it. Here. And then here. Oh, almost lost to the knight. Wow, I really did not calculate this one well enough. Looking at rook takes, knight takes. Oh, I can't even do queen takes bishop. I could go rook takes, knight takes, queen e6 check, but then gets away. Wow, I really don't understand what's happening. I see it now, I think. I missed this idea all along. Go here, check. Take the queen with the queen. Totally missed that idea until I got totally stumped. Daniel got there. Okay, black to move. I mean, is there a reason why we can't push this f-pawn? I don't see one. Knight is going to go here. Then I just go there. So that seems fine. He goes there. If I go there, he's got that trick. And that's going to lose. So I go here. So he can't do the trick. He goes there to check. I go there. I think that works. Okay, good. What about rook here? Takes. No. Queen takes. Rook here. Not really. I don't know. Okay. Looking at queen d7, queen f7. I don't know that actually gets me anything. Yeah. I can't find like the Gordian knot holding this thing together. Taking the rook with the queen with check seems very promising. We play rook b8 and we're getting our queen back. But rook b8. takes. Or just... Oh, no, sorry. I was going... Queen takes rook. Rook takes rook. P8. And then is there just a way to, like... guard it or something? Boom. 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 Maybe that does work. So takes here. Doesn't seem quite forcing enough to be down a whole queen. Like, shouldn't they be able to do something? Looks like all the pieces are kind of tangled up. So I think it actually works. I'm not even sure I would have calculated that in a non-puzzle environment. No! I solved everything and then I executed it wrong. Oh, that's really frustrating because this was the hard part. So I was just like, alright, it's over. I'll just take it and be done. But apparently you have to take this way. I don't quite... Oh, the difference is it's hanging. Balderdash. Okay. Well, did pretty well. We got 45. I think I'll take that and say that's good enough. Where does that put me on my own leaderboard? Actually quite high. That is the 11th best I've ever done, tied with a bunch. Man, I've only gotten 46 or better 10 times. That's kind of hard to believe. All right, let's do a couple of the chesspuzzle.nets. The puzzle inception is upon us. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, who is winning and why? I feel like there might be a tactic here. There's a lot going on. The rook moves, the queen is in jeopardy. We could always sack the queen on b2. What do we want to do? Also, black's king is super open. So I think if there's not a tactic, white is winning, right? Like that king is too open. Yes, black's up a piece, but I don't think it's enough. So how do we win? All right, so if we're up a piece, can we play queen takes b2 check? King has to take. We go knight c4 check. King moves, let's say back to c1. We take the queen. They take the knight. Let's say, I don't know, the rook. Yeah, and then our rook is covering the e6 knight now. Yeah, so this is definitely winning. Oops. Black wins. And it's this idea. Here. Wow. That's stunning to me. We'll have to look at that in a moment. I was 100% sure that worked. That does not work. Looking at this, I was looking at this before, which looked promising. This threatening mate, but he's on it. Then what? Wow, this is much harder. Here? Oh my. I guess here. Now we win the queen. Okay. I do want to look at this. I thought my idea worked. Has to take. There's no way around it. So then if we go here, I don't know, let's say it goes there, here, 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 and we're up a full piece. So let's open the engine. Where did I go wrong in my analysis? This is actually good. After knight c4. Okay, it doesn't really matter. They want knight a1. So I take. Aha, there we go. That's what changes things quite a bit. Not taking back, but instead doing the intermezzo. And I can't go threaten because of the rook. So I have to move over. And now they can take back. And now, like, I would not be saying I'm winning now. Now white looks to be winning, I think. says black is winning actually with rook e7. What? No, I think I'm just reading it wrong again. I think it's saying white is crushing, which clearly they are. That's very weird how this is working. Oh, rook e7. Gotcha. I was like, what? All right. Yeah. And then this guy, I don't know. Why can't he move to here? Ah, yes. Okay. So there's a double attack. So we are actually winning, just not by as much. Yeah. Your record is 62. Wow. That's pretty good. All right. Let's try another one. Interesting. It feels like white should be better. Because black theoretically can only sack the bishop for one pawn. So let's say I go king g3 to be able to set up h4. There's a problem that they can go king e4 and pretty easily get over. I'm going to say I think this is a draw. I think should be able to come back and draw this. Yeah. Oh, wow. That seems like a pretty easy draw. I would assume here, this is what happened in the game. Then here. Then here. Oh, right. I didn't even see that check. That's even better. So the check has to drive back. Comes up with the king, I would assume. Actually, I don't think I did this quite right, but that's okay. Should be before. Oh, yeah. No. You went here to continue holding him off. Then g5, then king, and then can do the sack and get there. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Even if I couldn't calculate that perfectly, that's just intuition was like that. This is a draw. Okay. Wouldn't be shocked to see there is a tactic here. It's a little hard because our bishop is so remote. When I'm looking at queen f6, let's say rook takes, queen takes, that's going to be a draw. There. Maybe not. This is what I'm looking at now. Is here, if here, let's say there, go here, and then there. Actually, no, we don't even need that. We just take, and we win that piece. Also, we can't go here because we would just win the piece. So, let's look at something else. So if I'm threatening here, oh, and I'm also threatening the rook. So the rook could just move up. If the rook does that, then it feels like I can go here. So I don't think there's a tactic outright, but white is winning. I know they're down the exchange, but white's winning. Okay. Is it a tactic? Oh, it is a tactic. Okay. Let's solve this tactic. This doesn't seem like a tactical answer, but I think it's the answer. Oh, okay. That's the part that didn't seem tactical. So how do we win this with tactics? I really don't see this. About here. No, that won't work. Here. Can't stop the queen? Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Definitely didn't see that. Definitely didn't see that. Okay, next one. Mm-hmm. Here. Here. Doesn't look like there's a tactic here. So if there's no tactic, who is winning? That is a hard one. The two bishops make me think maybe black is winning. I guess both sides have two bishops, but the way theirs are presented. This knight, though, is just a really good blockading figure for white. I feel like white has a space advantage. Black's king is way looser. I think white has an edge. Here's the question. Is white winning? What a good question. I feel like it's going to say white is winning, but I don't think I agree. I'm just going to say white has an edge. That's what I believe in. I don't actually even know what white's move is here. I think many moves would be fine. I'd be pretty tempted to take here. And maybe even claim then that white is winning. So now we've opened up the middle a bit. It's hard because we're not going to be able to capture that pawn anytime soon. And we're not blockading this now, so I don't even think I want to go here at the moment. But I don't know what white's move actually is. Like if I had to come up with a move here and to say I'm winning, I might just go here like queen d2 and say, I don't even know what black can do. So I'm going to say white's... Wait, did I say white was winning or white has the edge? No, white has the edge. Okay. Double isolated pawns. Is that the last one? White has an edge because of white's better pawn structure. And that's it. I think the king is better too. Okay. Take on d4 and take on d6. Oh, I see what you're saying. If we take on d4, this... Oh, yes. Interesting. Okay. Queen d2 walks into a fork. Let's see. Queen d2 walks right into a fork. It sure does. So I wouldn't do that. You can be assured of that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Tactics, huh? I don't think I see much room for tactical fireworks here. The middle's kind of blocked up. Like, what are we looking at? Takes to go there, but all these pieces are defended. This just doesn't look like there's a tactical shot in this position. So then who's winning is pretty hard. I think I want to look at pawn breaks and say white has g4 when they want it and b4 when they want it, which seems pretty good. Black also has b4. I don't love g5. b4 doesn't seem to work that well either, at least not at the moment. White's pieces are a little bit better. I don't know if that's temporary though, with such a closed up position. Maybe white is going to have to strike pretty quickly. Like, especially having moved the king to h1, maybe they quickly follow up with like g4. If takes, they take. That doesn't look great actually. But I think white has an edge again. I don't think white is winning, but I think white definitely has an edge. The pieces look better, and they have a little bit of a space advantage. So I'm going to say white has an edge. Let's see what says. Ooh, I bet it's going to say white's winning, which is hard for me to fathom. Oh, it's balanced. I don't think that's true. This does not look balanced to me. White's space advantage and better king safety are compensated by black's piece activity? What are you saying? I don't agree with that. This piece is not great. This piece, what? The best move is here? I don't know. This is one of those ones where I'm like, engine, I think you're wrong. Like, I know you're right. Don't get me wrong, but I think you're wrong. Like, I just feel like I would rather be white here. And maybe black untangles themselves so smoothly that my statement looks ridiculous very quickly. But in that moment, I would have taken white for sure. No doubt. No doubt in my mind I would have taken white. All right. So, I don't know. Interesting. I also thought slight edge for white. I still think it's a slight edge for white, even with knight h5. But, okay. I mean, the computer knows all. What? I think the computer's wrong. Whoa! Okay, we don't see that every day. Well, several undeveloped pieces, knight has to get pushed back. Like, if white isn't winning here, to me that's sort of shocking. Like, this alone is a very frustrating move for black to have to deal with. This pawn rooted in here. It's hard to develop pieces. I guess the knight can come back out now, which is good. But maybe we don't even have to take. Although if they can go here and come out. White is certainly has an edge. That's for sure. The question is white, like, does white have a tactical shot here? I don't think so. No, I don't see a tactical shot. I'm not even sure we have to rush into d6. Well, let's say we rushed into d6 and they took and we took, and this knight has to move. Let's say here. Oh, no, not there. Let's say here. I don't really know how to push my edge from there other than just like normal development. So white has an edge. I have no doubt. I think white's winning. I think it's enough to say white's winning. Danjamin says similar. Yeah, this is just like I've played the black side of the Caro-Kann in something like this, and it is a nightmare. Okay, yeah, so it is d6. d6 takes, and then as a Caro-Kann player, you're like, what is happening? Like, how am I going to get these pieces out? Like, this is such a mess. So it's not at all surprising for me to see that. Okay. Does black have a tactical shot? Sure doesn't look like it at a glance. They've got the check. The king just goes up to g2. And now we have two pieces on the back row. So white's position looks much better. But is that an illusion? Let's see. How can we continue? Yeah, so what about, like... That does not work. So the question is, has black achieved some sort of fortress-like setup where everything is defended, and because of that, white has no real way forward? That seems unrealistic. It seems like black is having a lot of troubles. If nothing else, I kind of like this idea. Though maybe it's just met with that. I keep looking at this for some reason. Oh, we have that too. Okay. You know, white is definitely better. So that check drives him into the corner. And that's actually mate. So if it were white to win, it's just a mate in two. Boom, boom, boom. So what does black even do to deal with that? Maybe here? Yeah, okay. White is winning. White is definitely winning. Knight e4 is winning. King h8. Does king h8 fix anything? Can you stop that mate? Yeah, I guess so. I guess I could stop the mate. Bishop g5. Takes. Okay. White's winning. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to do the next phase of our work tonight. Tactical shot. Seems like there is. Isn't at a minimum this the tactical shot? It's a discovery hitting the queen. It's check. Moves. Free queen. What's the piece count at that point? They have 2 rooks for a queen. We have these passers. Yeah, white is winning. For sure, white is winning. There might even be something better than this. Okay, got there. What was that? What was that? We want to do one more? Okay, all right, let's do one more. I really like these. I feel like they're helping. Okay, so we have this interesting idea where we're double attacking. Problem is, of course, they take us. So is there some way to, like, maneuver that? Doesn't really seem like it. Okay, let's look and see if there's other things, and maybe we'll end up being able to link them. We could do bishop a3 if moving the queen was useful. Good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it. If I can't find anything good here, suddenly then I'm like, wait, is black winning? Like, white's pawn structure doesn't look great. The f1 bishop doesn't look great. That knight doesn't look that good. Now I'm really lost. Boom. Boom. Yeah. I keep coming back to here, here, here. But I guess I could just go here. Boy. Really looks like there's a tactical shot here, and I can't quite wrap my head around it. Okay, so let's say there's not. Let's just move on for a moment. Try to reorient. What can white do? The king looks pretty weak. Not seeing a clear, easy way to exploit it, though. Yeah. I mean, no, it doesn't work. I don't know. Something like rook e6 for black might be good. Maybe they're going to play f4. Maybe knight f3. And maybe I can push, like, the f-pawn. Yeah, I'm going to say black's winning. That's my... I don't know about this. Yeah, I'm not seeing the tactic either. For some reason, I think black is ahead with this idea. But it is white's move. Maybe white can just simply play here. I think playing black ahead is probably too much. Yeah, that's kind of a crazy statement, actually. I was looking at the weak king as I was thinking about that. But I think that's a bit much. I'm going to say black has the edge. White has an edge. White has piece activity and space advantage. Piece activity and space advantage. I don't know why I agree with that description. I feel like this is an AI description, and I don't know that that's quite accurate. I'm not saying white doesn't have an advantage. I mean, the computer knows, right? What the computer knows. And the computer says white has an advantage of 1. because of G3. Okay, what about this idea? Then here, we can't go here. Okay, so I guess after this sequence, this piece goes from being really bad to really good quite suddenly. And I think that's what I didn't fully understand. So Daniel says Black's minor pieces are struggling right now. And it's so interesting because this piece is struggling, but also I kind of feel like if we just went here, maybe it's not struggling anymore. Okay, so let's say they take... Oh, you can't take there. What? E takes D6. All right, there. No, I'm thinking maybe here. And then we lose the queen. Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting. Bottom line is it seems like this piece, which looks like one of the worst pieces on the board, very suddenly becomes quite engaged, which is quite interesting. How chess works like that. Whereas this piece, like let's go back to what's happening here. All right, we were there. So let's say it goes here, and then let's say they go here. And they've made their piece slightly better, but their piece is still hitting this, and this piece is just, you know, on a really nice diagonal. Okay, that's a very interesting one. All right, let's see. How are we gonna do this? I'm still trying to figure out the best resource to do this with, because chessgames.com is kind of a messy site. So I think we can do it like this. Fisher Games, and we will go... Wait, oh, I put it under mine for some reason. No, I want to go all studies. All studies, Fisher Games. I'm not sure I want to do my memorable. Let's go Fisher versus Spassky. And we're going to turn off the hamburger menu. And Fisher, I want to play one where Fisher is white. How do I know Fisher is white? Fisher and Spassky with the white offered King's Gambit and won. Okay. What the white? Wait, they all say this? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Okay. They're just different positions of the same game. Okay, so we'll just go my memorable games. We'll go this one against Hector Decio Rossetto. We're going to go to a random position and see what's up. Here we go. Random position. What do we make? What move are we making? We are white. Okay. This does not seem like a particularly tactical moment of this game. I guess some things I'm a little worried about are if he plays knight to b6, he's hitting our c pawn, which is making me at least look at bishop here to be able to meet this with this, and then here. Doesn't look so bad for me. The knight can't take. I guess the knight can't take there anyway. What I'm worried about with this is this f5 move looks fairly reasonable. A4 doesn't look terrible. Just gaining more space. So I think A4 is certainly a candidate. I kind of like the idea of bishop E4 to be able to maybe double the rooks on the C file. I just think F5 looks very strong. So if I'm really worried about F5, is G4 a good move here? And then if F5, G takes, And then if the rook takes, then the bishop goes to e4. If g5, f5 takes, pawn takes. I don't know. I don't love how that looks. Boy, this position is much harder than I thought it was going to be. At first glance, I was like, oh, this looks pretty tame and easy. Sometimes tame positions are actually quite hard. So I can't really find what I want to do or what black wants to do. Another part of me is like, just play h4. Gain some space. Black's not really threatening to do anything other than maybe f5. But like h4, g3 moves the king up seems like a reasonable plan. How are we going to do against f5? I guess that's the question. Yeah, I don't really know. Another nice thing about g4 is after g4, f5 takes, g-pawn takes, we could go king f2 and get a file for our rooks, but then they also have that same file for their rooks. So yeah, this is a really tricky one. I feel like white is slightly ahead. They've got the space advantage. I think the bishop is going to be better than the knight, even if at the moment it looks like maybe not. What about bishop a4? b5 takes would not work. Let's say they just let us take. I don't really think we want to take. Although actually once we take the knight, I feel like c5 becomes quite strong at that point. So like if we go bishop h3, they do something, we take, push, takes. These two pawns become quite strong. So they might just have to move the knight, but they kind of want to move the knight anyway. And then what is my bishop doing over here? I guess what it's doing over here is now I can push this pawn. So I think that's what I want to do. This looks like a very weird move, and I won't be at all surprised if it's wrong. Bishop a4 is the move I'm going to do, and I think it's winning. I think probably a4 is totally fine. I think we're ahead enough where I think h4 is also fine. I think probably king f2 is fine. I think probably any rook move is fine, but the move I'm going to go with is bishop a4. Let's see what Danjamin says. Bishop. We have a bad minor piece. I'm thinking bishop a4 to try to trade it. Bishop a4, and then we go back to b3. Ooh, I guess I didn't look at that. Right, like what if here? And then the knight comes up, hits the pawn, hits the bishop. Yeah, I guess then we're going... Yeah, I bet that doesn't... This does seem to kind of diminish my move. And then if I go here, why can't they just go back? And then my bishop... I guess the bishop's slightly better there. We can still push here, and that's fine. Yeah, so I guess that still works fine. You don't like a4 at all. I don't like a4 either. That was more of like a gain space, but I think you're right. That's cool that we're both kind of in agreement there. I think bishop a4 is the best move. Let's see if Fischer did. Fischer did play bishop a4. He played b6. Stopping this idea. And doesn't trade the bishop. Interesting. Fischer does really like the bishops. Rook a3 here, there. Now we're getting to push through anyway. Probably. Oh, I thought we were gonna put the rook here. And let's just see how white closes it out. Pushes the pawn there. Moves back. Double the rooks. Yep. Takes with the pawn. Guards it. Can't go here, right? Takes, if goes there, that doesn't work either. So what do we do? Go here to go like here? Resigns. What? That seems like an odd place to resign. Oh, there's no... That's really annoying. There's no computer mode here. Jeez, come on, man. That's pretty ridiculous of you to turn the computer off for this. Oh my, now I have to go find the game elsewhere because you decided to be a bonehead. And I can't... no, maybe I can copy the PGN. Okay, here we go. That's a little much person who made this. So, study... My studies, we'll put it in this one. I don't know what that is. I'll do this. Nope, I copied the PGN. We'll do that. And here we go. Okay, where were we? Okay, so first go to the end. The end is weird to me. It's not totally clear how we actually win this. Wait, now you can go rook b8? Oh, yeah, once you move the king, then you can. Feels like you can't move the king. Okay, so it's like complete Zugzwang? Is that what we're dealing with? Although, why not? Oh, can't go there because that dies. If you go here, then now you do get to go here. Yeah, so just Zugzwang, right? Everything drops something. Oh, man, that's tough. You can't see the H file. The formatting is off. Okay, we'll go back to that in a moment. Or was this for the whole thing? Here we should be able to help fix that. Oh wow, it's really messed up. All right, let's go scene collection. Under that, hopefully we'll be decent at least. HS. Yeah, okay, that's at least good enough. Okay, so let's go back to the moment of truth that we looked at. We did find the move that Fischer made, but it does not mean it's the best move. Let's see. So yes, so Fischer's move is a good move. A4, which was something I was contemplating. Danjamin said he didn't like it. Is not a great move. It's basically equal, but flipping to black being equal. This is white being a little bit equal. I too was wondering if we should take here. Peter doesn't really like it. Thinks it's just an equal position. Another move I was looking at was h4. Peter says that's totally fine. The computer likes king f1. I liked king f2. Computer says that's fine. Just randomly moving a rook is fine. This is basically a fully equal game, and essentially every move is fine except probably this move. It's premature to do this. Nope. The engine says you can do that too because it's all fine. Everything's fine. There are no good moves. Is white down upon? Yes, but it's fine. All right, so everything is every legal move fine? Let's find out. Fine. 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 Not every legal move is fine. I mean anything that doesn't hang something. Interesting puzzle where every single move is fine. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this is what happens if you decide to randomly pick a position. You might pick one where literally every single thing is fine. Yeah, a4, b5. Carve out the c5 square for the knight to go. Yeah, I agree. But the engine says no, you can just go here, here, here. I don't know. It's all equal. It's all equal. Okay. Interesting. I think we should do one more since there was no move that was any better than any other move. I am impressed that we both found Fischer's move. Like, I think that's kind of cool. But it is funny that I picked a position where every single move was equality. Okay, that was kind of a failure on my part, but I can accept that. Let's try this. Okay, so we can use the engine. That's all I really wanted to see. Okay, Fischer Reshevsky. Here we go. Boom. Nope. Well, I want it to be white to move. I don't think this is a good one because almost assuredly pawn takes. Maybe not. Maybe pawn takes. I just don't want such a forcing move. That's all it is. Okay. Here looks like a good spot. Lots of things could happen. What do we want to do here? What do we? This is a weird position. So currently black can't castle a little short, which is nice. We could kind of like drop that bishop back to a3 and make it a little safer. I don't know that it does that much. It's not under fire. It's backed up. We could move the bishop so that the knight cannot take it. Say back to c2. Offer up a queen trade. They can't castle a short. I kind of like this. I want to look at it more. I don't like the fact that it hangs that. Let's assume for a second it didn't. If I could go here, black does something, takes, goes here. I don't know that it's that bad for black not to have castled here once the queens are off. So maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to specifically keep this alive. It is important to note that that bishop's being hit twice. So maybe this wasn't that great of a position to stop at. There are a few ways to save it, though. We can play like knight c1, which looks pretty terrible to me. We could actually play bishop or knight to d4, which is a little bit interesting. We could bring the bishop to c2 or e2. I think one of those moves is probably the move we want to make. Interesting about this move, we let black castle, but we are threatening to take the knight. Let's say knight takes, castles. This is a thing. How are we resolving it? It's bishop here. And if this queen is here, it's not backed up. So I can't simply like take here. We would lose the queen. So I'm not sure I love that position. If I go here and he goes takes, I'd be pretty much fine with that. So my guess is, oh, but then this is hanging. This bishop is just kind of holding everything together. Man, white's position looks bad to me. I'm going to say that. I think white is loose. Well, the king's safety thing, the king being stuck in the middle, it's such an interesting position where, like, it feels to me like white is losing if black can get this squared away. So it feels like this is a very dynamic moment for white, whereas black has, like, static advantages, white has dynamic advantages. And so can white find a move like right now that makes this all happen with their bishop hanging? That is really challenging. All right, what about knight d4? Doesn't really do anything though. Yeah, especially after like b6. I think the knight just hangs. So bishop d4, threatening to take the knight. Knight takes bishop, queen takes knight. Castles. Queen c3. I don't see a good answer here. I think what I'm going to propose is this idea. Doesn't look very good though. So takes, castles, goes here. I mean, I guess then we have this idea. Yeah, so that's the move I'm going to say. I'm going to say bishop d4. I don't love it. It might be really good, actually, though, the more I'm looking at this. If they are forced to castle and we go here, suddenly we do have a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna say this move. And I can't even really find another move I like at all. Okay, rook f6. I definitely looked at rook f6, even though I didn't verbalize it. I was just like, I don't know. It just takes with the queen, and then what? It just didn't look that great to me. Yeah. All right, so you like rook f6. Let's see what Fischer played. Fischer did play bishop d4, but it is considered an inaccuracy. Okay, so the engine says Bishop e2 is the only move that saves the game. Okay, obviously we looked at this and we saw this move. So takes with this rook, takes here even on the piece, then goes to d4. It's a move order thing. Then goes here, hitting the piece, takes g7, goes here, and bishop b2, and white has a crushing advantage. 3.3. Huh? I did not see this. Okay. I guess it's true that this guy can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can go there. So let's just move him out of the way and see what is going on here. h4 goes here. Bishop h5. And somehow it looks like just not being castled is actually a problem. I didn't think it would be a problem. It looks like white is actually able to bring like every piece to bear and really make this an issue. That's kind of shocking to me. And maybe here. So I don't know. It looks like that's what it is. Yeah, Daniel, I thought the king would be fine in the center. I was like, once the queens are off, it should be okay. Like, we should untangle, but yeah, it just looks like enough moves down the line, and you see that's not the case. Okay, but so bishop d4 is the second best. Rook f6 is losing on the spots. But this isn't amazing. The engine likes this, which that's hard to be like, yeah, that was great. But the engine, this is -2, and this is just over. So that's kind of fascinating. The next best move is bishop c2, which we also saw for the same reasons. I didn't think this was any good because of that, but I guess same stuff. King stuck in the center. This guy has some troubles. I don't know. This looks totally fine to me. fc1. Oh, okay. Where's he going now? Here. Here. I don't know. It's hard for me not to say black is winning here, but I guess this king is still stuck in the center. Stuff still bearing down, but interesting stuff. All right. Let's see where the game goes from here. I'm a little bit curious. If you haven't seen my podcast this week with JJ Lang, he just really encourages looking at games just to see sort of the trajectory of them, even if you're not doing like analysis. So I'm going to try to do that after these games where I've spent some time analyzing and just kind of like playing through to the end to see how a game sort of evolves and closes out. So he's going to try to push this pawn, blockades it, is willing to trade the bishop, then tucks it back. And yeah, I'm not totally surprised to see this ends in a draw. It feels kind of dry, especially after all this. Yeah, you can definitely see how this would end in a draw. Let's see, if we were to try to win something like this, or who do we think has any shot here? It feels like black has the best chance, right? Black has 3 connected pawns to 2, but it's the opposite colored bishops, so yeah, it seems like it'd be pretty unlikely. Black is certainly trying. With these connected pawns, ooh, that certainly can't work, right? Something I would take white, but then it's just back to not gonna work. Just a draw. Okay, interesting stuff. Yeah, exactly. 5v5 opposite colors is gonna be a draw. All right, let's look at one more of these Fischer games, and I think we're gonna head out. We've been doing this for a bit. I'm enjoying going through these Fischer games like this. Okay, this is Fischer versus Arthur Bisquier, and let's find a position. White to move from here. Okay. Looks intriguing. Okay. I don't really know what's happening here. It seems like white has a tiny bit of pressure. I'm kind of liking the idea of a5. But I guess, what if Arthur ignores it and we take? I mean, can't you just take back with the b pawn? Our c file still closed. I can just swing the rook over, chase the queen away, and should be totally fine. So while I was initially drawn to a5, I don't think I like it that much. Looking at knight moves, it seems like we have a couple decent ones. Knight f4, knight c3, neither of them seem great. Also kind of looking at like rook b1 followed by move the queen, say, to b3, play c4, play a5, play c5, and really try to like attack the king that way. Is the king really vulnerable? Okay, so let's say I play rook b1. Maybe better to start with queen b3 and then immediately go c4. So queen b3. They do have an interesting idea of going knight b4 and just kind of cementing their knights that way. But I guess then I could play c3 and kick that knight, and then play c4, kick the other knight, and suddenly those wonderful knights are kind of embarrassed. Okay, so it's like queen b3. I don't know. I'm just gonna say pass for black. I don't know. Rook f8 or something. I'm just trying to figure out if this works at all. c4. Oh, what if the knight goes into b4 then? Does that kind of stop everything cold? No, because then we could go bishop d2, and that seems pretty good. I think I like this plan. I think I like this plan of like here, 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 and trying to make something like that happen. It seems reasonable. I'm not able to find a really good move for black, which worries me a bit. Like maybe I'm missing something, like a decent response. Whoops. Here, here, or maybe better yet, no, they can't go here. Yeah, I'm going to say queen b3 with that plan in mind. Ooh. Okay, so you did like a5. For some reason I thought a5 wouldn't work after I calculated it. You're looking at bishop d2 reroute. Yeah, that was certainly part of my plan as well. So I could see that being the first move also. And that's probably a better first move. I think you're right. Because if this is part of the plan anyway, then something like this could be frustrating. Like, that's just game, right? Like, in fact, if we don't go here and they go here first, is our bishop just trapped? I think it is. Here, no, they can't go here. They'd have to go here. But maybe that's still enough. So here, 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 that's coming. We'd have to go like there. Yeah, so I think you're right, actually. I think bishop d2 is better. I said this, I'm going to stick by it. But I won't be surprised if bishop d2 is better. I think both of them... Yeah, I think you're right. I think f4... Oh, you want us to go f4? No, you're saying our bishop would be trapped. Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. I think this is a better move than my move. I think they're both part, or could be part of the same plan. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he goes bishop d2. That makes quite a bit of sense. And white is up a lot. White is up 2.3, which I agree that they are up a lot. I bet this gives away a lot of our advantage. No, not really. I think this doesn't quite work for probably the reasons I was saying I think you can go here and you're okay. Nope. Nope, that does not really fix anything. Instead, what you want to do is go here. And so then if here, we can just take here. And it's being guarded enough times. And if here, well, that's fine. We'll just trade queens. And we could be equal. Or, one better, we go here first, apparently. Huh? Okay, this gets very wonky, but okay. But yeah. So my move is fine, which I like. Let's see if they play. Okay, I'm not going to do F4 because we've already kind of seen what that would look like. But let's say they do something over on the other side of the board, which is what I was more looking at. Like here. Yeah, right. And then it was here to be able to take there. So I think my plan works pretty well. But I think Daniel and Fisher were both right that resolving this problem first, it just kind of takes everything away from your opponent, right? Like they don't have anything to do anyway. C5 is the engine's best move, which I'm like, okay, awesome. Now A5 does look very good. And it feels like everything's falling apart. Yep. All right. Good stuff. I'm liking this. Actually, let's just watch the end of the game. Why not? Okay, so after bishop d2, they played f4 anyway. I'm curious if he executes the attack like I thought he would. Okay, so the reason I didn't like this is I thought like here. Okay, if we go here, here. Oh, right. This is going to be hanging. Okay, I totally missed that part. Right, of course. So I have to take back that way. We're just kind of storming in, much the way I thought we would. A little bit different than how I thought we would. I thought we would push the C pawn to crack this thing open. A little bit surprised that hasn't been a main participant. What? Oh, because it would be mate. That's really fascinating. In fact, it is mate if we don't do anything about it. I guess H4? Oh, yep, that also works. And then... Ooh, that's a big blunder, says the engine. Because of this? No? Why is that a blunder? This we can't do, right? Takes. Here. Takes here. I don't see how that's a blunder. Okay, I got to there. Then what? Oh, I missed this bishop. So here, takes, rook takes. If here, that's mate. If here, there. It's also mate. Okay, that's very cool. No? Okay, I thought this worked. Let's see. No, that's game over. Okay, interesting. Oh, because of the pin. Whoops. Just go there, and then there. Okay, fascinating stuff. Just picks up the piece there. Okay, not quite what I was thinking. Kevin Black was starting queen takes f1 if h4. If h4? Where was h4? What were we talking about? Queen takes f1 if... This is h4 right on b4. With a1 first. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but that's okay. Interesting stuff, though. Okay, well, it's a fun game. Yeah, I think that's some good training for tonight. I think we can say we did enough training. We did Puzzle Rush. We did a bunch of puzzle.nets. We practiced our evaluation in real game mode, trying to figure out the moves. Did pretty well. Daniel did very well. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I guess I gotta get ready for bed here. Gotta work first thing in the morning. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all next time. Terrible Terry, thanks for noting that the H file was cut off before. Appreciate it. Good night, Terrible Terry. Good night, Daniel, and good night to anyone.